Today we discuss about the stem, the aerial part of the plant body with positive phototropism and negative geotropism is stem. Stem develops normally from plumule part of embryo. So radicle gives rise to root, plumule gives rise to stem. Stem is a complex structure because it has nodes, it has internodes, it has axillary buds, apical buds and other structures. So definitely it is a complicated structure. Stem shows different types of modifications. All the stem modifications are broadly divided into three types. 1. Aerial stem modifications. 2. Subaerial stem modifications. 3. Underground stem modification. These are the three different types of stem modifications. So, any permanent change in the stem to store food material, to perform a specific function, to provide a mechanical support, whatever it may be, is very popularly called modification. And total stem modifications are broadly divided into three categories: aerial stem modification, subaerial stem modification, underground stem modification. Now, first coming to aerial stem modification. All those modifications which are present above the soil level formed from aerial parts of the plant body are called as aerial stem modification. Aerial stem modifications are broadly classified into different types. One is tendrils, the other is thorns, the third is hooks, the fourth is phylloclad, the fifth is cladode, the sixth is tuberous stem, and the last is bulbil. These are 7 different types of aerial stem modification. First, tendrils. Highly coiled, watch spring like, sensitive structures which helps in climbing are called as tendrils. Tendrils will come from root, tendrils will come from stem, tendrils will come from leaf. Then how can you say that a tendril is a stem modification? Means whenever an apical bud or axillary bud modifies into a tendril, then only it is regarded as a stem modification. Apical bud becomes a tendril in cissus and vitis. Axillary bud becomes a tendril in passiflora. So apical bud becomes a tendril in cissus and vitis. Axillary bud becomes a tendril in passiflora. In cissus, tendrils are present opposite to the leaves. So a plant with leaf opposite tendrils is cissus. Vitis is grapes. Grapes tendrils are present. Axillary bud is modified tendrils in passiflora. Coming to the thorns. Hard pointed structures that provide protection in the stem modifications are called thorns. The speciality of thorns is thorns possess vasculature. That means vascular bundles are found even in thorns. Thorn is also said to be a stem modification whenever it comes from apical bud or axillary bud. Apical bud becomes a pair of thorns in Carissa. Apical bud becomes a pair of thorns in Carissa. Axillary bud becomes thorns in Durantha and Bougainvillea. Axillary bud becomes thorns in Durantha and Bougainvillea. The speciality of Durantha is thorn bear leaves and flowers. Durantha special bit is thorn bears leaves and flowers. The special bit of Bougainvillea is axillary buds are modified into thorns, but thorns are slightly curved hook-like thorns. Thorns are slightly curved hook-like thorns. There is another plant by name Punica granatum. We all know pomegranate. This Punica granatum, the speciality is thorn bears leaves and branches. So thorn bear leaves and flowers in Durantha, thorn bears leaves and branches in Punica granatum. In Bougainvillea, slightly curved hook-like thorns are present. Then hooks. Hard curved structures that help in climbing are called hooks. Hook is also said to be stem modification when it comes from apical bud or axillary bud. Apical bud becomes an inflorescence. Peduncle becomes a hook. Important bit. Apical bud becomes an inflorescence. Peduncle becomes a hook in Artobotrys. Peduncle becomes a hook in Artabates. Axillary bud becomes a hook in Hugonia. Hugonia is a plant where axillary buds are modified into hooks.